Hey, Black Belt Dragon here, and you've probably seen my past movie reviews. Well, now I want to make it more official. I am going to be putting a rating on these reviews, and what I will be doing is that I will be calling it Black Belt Dragon's FilmWise. You see, during my movie reviews, this is where I take parts of what I'm going to be talking about. First, I'll talk about the plot, then I'll talk about the good aspects, then I'll talk about the bad aspects of the film. And if there's something more to the film, like if it's, if there's some kind of post-credit end scene or any spoilers at all, I will add that in. But for now, it is different. It is different for every film. If it's, that mostly happens with most films that are marketing, like Marvel or any other film, like any spoilers or anything. I will be talking about it, or I might not be talking about it. So let's begin with the Skeleton Twins. So, the Skeleton Twins. Now, I have recently just seen this movie. I have gotten out of the theater and saw this movie, and since I have it fresh in my mind, I will be talking about this film. Now, the plot. The plot of the movie is that a brother and sister who have been separated for 10 years, the sister is married while the brother is dealing with issues, trying to talk to her sister once again, because it's been a long time, because they used to be very close with each other. And just recently, she just got him out of the hospital because he had tried to commit suicide. Oh, we're getting deep. We're getting real deep. So now this brother and sister are now dealing with each other's issues. The issues with the sister is that she's having issues trying to deal with her marriage and either wanting a kid in their lives or not. Now the brother is dealing with the issues of just trying to see if he's going to have a better life, because it seems that during passing time his life has sucked, I guess. His life has sucked for a long time, and he has a little bit of a side history with his teacher. Now, there is something that I won't reveal, but it's pretty, it's very deep. It's a very deep kind of way of talking about it. I'll just leave it at that there's an issue that he has to deal with his teacher, and also trying to find the connections with his sister, because, they have been friends ever since they were young, and now they have lost their connection with a long time. Now they're trying to get back. Now, okay, that's the plot. Now, let me talk about the good aspects of the movie. Now, the good aspects is that I can really relate to this film. Like, you see, if you have a sibling or a brother or sister in your lives, then you are going to understand what these characters are going through. It's just really emotional, and really does, at times really get good, because you have an emotional connection with them. Sometimes you may be separated at one point and you feel like they're helping you out every step in the way. At some points you feel like they're just trying to annoy you, but sometimes they're just trying to make you feel happy, because you may have been in a point where you were having like a bad day, and they try their best to make you happy in their own special way. And I feel appreciated because of that, because I have a brother, and I really do appreciate him for all the things that he has done in my life, and the things that he has done in my, and all the things I've done in his life. We both appreciate that. We both have we have good things in common. We do a lot of good stuff together. We hang out, we do our hobbies, play video games or watch movies, that kind of stuff. But there's also times where we try to hang out with each other. It's like how it is. Like, when you've had that sibling in your life, you feel like you want to some people feel like they want to separate from them, like they're just too much of a bother. But you do also feel the aspect that you will miss them, because eventually you're going to separate from each other. You're going to live in different places or that kind of stuff, but you really feel like you still are connected with each other, and and you want to keep that connection strong. And that's what this film is kind of portraying with these two brothers, which in the film are called the Skeleton Twins. Now, there actually is the reason why the film's called the Skeleton Twins. There is a bit of a symbol in the movie that you can see in the poster, and there's something else in the film that does symbolize that, and you just have to watch the film to understand that. And that's what I really like. That's something I like, that you can relate to this film, like if you had like a brother or a sister, because you've had that time, you've had things in that, when you see that movie, you completely understand what they're going through, and that's what I really like about the film. That's that I can relate to it. It's like there are times when that has happened in your life, you know. Okay, another good aspect I like about the film is how it goes through. At first you feel like the film's going to be predictable, like you feel like every step in the point, you feel that something is like you've already seen, like, oh yeah, I know what's going to happen, like it's no surprise to me. But this film does take like chances with you. It does like something different each time. When you think that something's going to happen, it's like, you know, it's completely different. You don't really know what's going to happen, and that's what I like. You feel like you don't know what's going to happen in the next film. This is what I like. I like films like that. I don't want to know what's coming up. I mean, I do feel sometimes that, you know, when I do watch a movie, I know what's coming. I know what's coming. We've all seen it before. But then there are times when you don't know what's coming. You don't know what's coming, like, and you feel good that you don't know what's coming, because you don't want to know what is coming, because that makes the movie very predictable. And I can tell you that this is not a very predictable movie. There are some moments where I felt that like I know what's going to happen, you know, but most of the time I do feel that it's not going to happen. And the humor in the movie is very well done. Even though it's supposed to be a drama, it's more of a drama comedy. There's a bunch of funny moments in the movie which I really do enjoy, and I also like the character of the films. And one of the actors I know from Modern Family is there. He's very funny in the movie as well. And I also like the other characters as well. Like, all the characters in the movie are very funny and hilarious in this movie. And there are moments where it's just like, oh my gosh, they're really doing this? Like, you get that feeling that you know what they're trying to do in this movie. They're trying to, the brother and sister are trying to connect with each other. But there are some silly moments that are kind of corny, but they're very, you know, they're well done. Okay, now let's talk about the bad aspects, or nitpicks, you know, bad aspects or nitpicks. Now, I didn't really find too much to hate about this movie, but there are a few things. The one thing, okay, I will warn you that there will be a little bit of a spoiler here, so I'll add that here, that there's going to be a little bit of a spoiler. The one things I didn't like was that the relationship between this with the brother and sister are fine, but when they're with other people, the sister is like with her husband is like, the relationship is very vague. It's not connecting well. Like, you're understanding, why did she go for this man in the first place? Like, why did she do it? Like, because you see, in the film we find out that she has had a life where she keeps going men by men by men. She's always trying to have love with them, but it never works out. Like, but now she found a good person in their lives that's the reason why she wants she would think that he would be a good father, but really it's just that she's still in this issue. Like, she's trying to hide the fact that she's still having love with other men, while her husband's still, like, she's still married, and she's taking this really, really seriously. She's like panicking through the movie, and it gets really sad and serious, and her brother does her best trying to help her out, and that's really good. Now, with the brother story, you see, he has issue. Well, one thing I do have to say is that the brother is very weird and strange in his own way. Like, he tries to do things for his sister, but sometimes it doesn't work out, and there are moments where he tries to find a connection with her. She tries to find that connection that she had with her, but sometimes there's, like, you know, trouble going on. But there is this wonderful scene where they go to a Halloween party together, and they find that connection again, and I feel really good about that part, because they do find the connection, and they do try to forgive each other for all the past problems that they dealt with, and that's what I like. That's what I like. But then he's delving into his own issues with his teacher, and I just feel that there's not really too much deep going on to it. It's with that plot, it's like more of a side thing. Like, there's not too much talking about it, and we want to know, like, how are we supposed to, like, feel bad for him if we don't know what is going on? We find out more about his sister, but we don't find about the brother. We don't find what his issues are. It's kind of, you know, they're like, you know, talked about very little, and that's kind of the weak point of the movie. But, you know, you do understand what he's going through. You understand why he's having these issues, but I just felt that there was probably, I didn't understood it. Maybe it's very subtle, but I just didn't get it. I didn't get it at all. Okay, now that is the Skeleton Twins, my rating for the movie. It is a wonderful and funny film. There are some tear-dropping moments, like you will cry at this film at some moments, and you can really relate to this film, that if you had a brother or sister, or if you do, then you know, you understand what these characters are going through, and that's what's really good about it. It's funny, it's wonderful, it's also very dramatic. I give this movie a rating of an A, and I give it a thumbs up. A and a thumbs up. That means I completely recommend this film. It's a nice film to watch. If you haven't seen it, I say definitely check it out. Okay, this has been Black Belt Dragon, signing out. And I'll see you on my next movie review on FilmWise.